there's all these chapters, and there's some good ass chapters, bro. But every chapter has to come to an end. You know what I mean? And some people stay in those chapters, but your life goes on, bro. And there's gonna be other chapters, better chapters, worse chapters. But just because they're not there no more doesn't mean that it didn't add to your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It didn't add value to the book.
Yeah, because it did. You know what I mean? It was a part of your life.
It definitely did. Yeah, if you look at that perspective,
so it's
bro.
like you gotta appreciate it and be like, okay, but
Yeah.
you also gotta realize you gotta move on, and that there's gonna be better things in the future too. And just because you don't find that same love or that thing that you found in that person doesn't mean you won't find something else in somebody else.
Yeah.
Coming at you live at 5, even though it's probably not 5. I have 5 fingers on my hand.
Are we there?
You see the light, Daniel.
Oh, we're
see
on
the light.
We're on the air. All
Come
right,
on,
all
dude.
right.
You know that light only
all
turns
right, we're
on.
We are on the air.
When the air is on.
We're now tuning in. You know what I always think about every time we start a podcast is like the intro to the Powerpuff Girls, where it's like, "Ladies and gentlemen," and it's like, "We interrupt this program." The city of Townsville.
I need to rewatch the Powderpuff Girls. It's pretty gas. Pretty actually.
The intro?
Fire.
Dude, yeah, I mean, you could say, oh, it's 3 little girls, whatever. They were beating the shit out of people,
At
bro.
this thrift event like that I went to this last week, and there was a regular white T-shirt that apparently was vintage Powderpuff Girls gear. $160.
No.
Like, huh?
No.
There's no way, right?
No.
Dude, I was seeing like backpacks and purses for no more than $40, but this one T-shirt is $160. I'm not. If you could sell it, I mean, go for it, dog. But like, it's kind of a little bit overtaxed, in my opinion.
I said it once, I'll say it again. No, absolutely not. I get it, like thrifting, and I'm a thrifter myself, but sometimes people like that just go to those things to tax, and it's like,
yeah,
bro, how are you gonna call it a thrift store? It's just like when I went to Denver, and I was going in thrift stores or resale shops. I guess that's a better way to put it. I guess if you want to upcharge people up the ass, resale shop. That's a good way, better word to put it, I guess. Go in there and I look at a shirt, and I'm like, $40.
$40.
I could get a brand new shirt, probably better than this one, for $20. I don't even want to spend that. That's why I'm thrifting.
That's true. And
you want to call it vintage? Dude, this has been around for years. Okay, definitely more reason why I'm not gonna spend that much money unless it's like one of a kind. Like literally, like that piece is like going on my wall, crazy good collector's item, which I'm sure some people are.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, so the people that I were there with that invited me to this event asked me like how much it was, and I told them. They were like, "Oh, damn!" I saw it on their Instagram page. I was like, "Probably a reason it hasn't been sold yet." Like, Jesus Christ! But also to go back to the beginning of this, whenever we said we are on the air is not on. Our AC is a little spooked off right now. And it's hot as shit, so excuse the sweat. It's gonna get hot in here. Broken.
Fine and dandy off the air, not to be associated with Adult Swim off the air. It's its own segment.
No copyright has been infringed upon.
No, please don't sue. Please.
Hey, look, I'm sorry.
Air is off.
The air is off, but we are on the air. Because the air.
Aaron on. Air is on off the air.
Aaron Nita.
Oh yeah. I just want to say also, to all Rick and Morty fans out there, I hope y'all are excited. New episode that's gonna drop hour long. I am.
Get paid by Adult Swim to make this commercial. No, I'm just kidding.
Bro, I'm telling you, sometimes I wonder, like, do we live in one big
Are we living a commercial?
Constantly?
Yeah, are we just a living advertisement?
Like, why did you say that? It's like, are you sponsored right now?
Like, who paid you? Nobody? Okay. This is a matter of free will being infringed upon.
Think about it.
At companies.
Kind of how I feel about like Kardashians, or I guess at this point the off-brand version of that is like the family vlogs on YouTube. Yeah. That's basically an off-brand version of like what the Kardashians do. It's like,
Yeah, it's kind
You
of
could
like
easily walk around. Or Truman Show. That's the perfect example.
Well, yeah, the Truman Show is like about that. Like basically the guys that stop them every way to work just billboard in every episode. You know.
Or like when his wife is like, "We'll use this kind of syrup. We're low in fat," and he's like, "Why did you say that? Like, what is going on? Well, who made you?" And that's how I feel sometimes when people say shit. I'm like, am I on TV? Who made you say that?
Is this the Daniel show?
Just like,
not yet.
Looking around.
But just fucking with you. I'm super excited for the Rick and Morty episode. It's supposed to be an hour-long special. It's 9 and 10, or just like episode 9. I really don't know how they're like defining it. I don't know if it's gonna be one episode / and then be a whole different episode after that. Only one way to find out, folks.
Kind of weird when I think of Rick and Morty, how like it's become a pop culture icon type of thing. Not everyone watches it. A lot of people hate it, but just as many people I think love it. But just seeing how it went from just some show, now you see it like everywhere. Like it is just how pop culture is in general. You know what I mean? How something could be so loved, it turns into just this whole community of people, or like all these different knickknacks you can get, different items. What's a good example? So Cam was trying to tell me about the movie Akira, right? He was like, I haven't seen it. He's like, bro, it's such a popular movie. Like, so many things have been based off of that movie, and I've never, none of like, it was like 3 other people other than him, right? And not all of us were like, no.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, and I hadn't seen it until recently.
Yeah, I didn't even. I'm an hour in, and I'm just sitting there not knowing what the fuck is going on. I am mind fucked in so many ways. I'm just thinking, who wrote it? It's good though, because the thing's unfolding. You can tell it's kind of going somewhere. Not that you know where that is,
right?
Or even have an inclination of where it might be going,
or where it was at. Just
you still, yeah,
ago,
you're not at first
kind of processing.
It opened up. I was like, is this about biker gangs? No, not at all. All right, why? I'm confused. And then there's a kid, and then there's people, then there's guns. I just don't.
It's definitely, there's levels to this shit in that movie.
But what's crazy is that it is, in a sense, a pop culture staple that people don't even realize. It's old. It's older though. It's from the 1980s, so it's not as old.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like a lot of those like underfunded productions in those times that were just either like anime or like maybe independent films and things like that get pretty swept under the rug.
Would you say that was underfunded? That shit was pretty dope for 80s.
I didn't.
Animation.
I'm not saying it was underfunded. I'm saying like things that weren't in the pop culture of that time. I feel like a lot of good stories that were produced got swept under the rug just by the like corporations' ability. Like before social media, it was a lot harder for you to sell a film if you didn't have like a fan base or brand or anything like that.
Just thinking about people who do, it just came to me, like anyone who does pop culture podcast, shout out to you, because I feel like you have to have a niche either in what pop culture you're going to, or if you're covering everything, that is so much. You're covering old, like recent, past 10 years, like 60s, 90s, because a lot of it influences now from the past.
Right.
So you have to constantly are you keeping up, or just what's relevant today? Like, how are you keeping people engaged? It's like, is it kind of like that YouTube channel you watch where he breaks down Marvel characters? Because that's in a sense kind of pop culture.
That dude does other stuff too. So yeah,
he does Rick and Morty also.
Yeah, he does Rick and Morty. He does pretty much all the Marvel shit. Some other.
In a way, that's breaking down like why things are so the way they are.
Yeah,
and
it's
like
more
why
like,
they catch your eye.
It's more specific upon like film study. I guess you could film study, I guess. But there's different facets of pop culture, like change pop culture and food industry.
Change stuff. Yeah, bro. It's all about whatever we want in that moment.
Right.
Like whatever's like crazy. Could be anything at any moment. SpongeBob, bro.
SpongeBob's a very good example.
When we were younger, it was a big show, but now it's like a different animal.
Yeah, and you'll still
SpongeBob run shit.
You'll still hear people say like has no redeeming value. Just a kids show is like, you can have your opinions at this point. That's a false opinion. based on almost nothing. But because I mean, I guess you could say that eventually it was kidified, if that's a word I can use.
I mean, the new movie is definitely
Yeah.
so.
So I mean, like
I
eventually
mean, I
down the
haven't seen
line,
the content, but
right. But what I'm saying is like realistically, it doesn't matter your opinion whether you like it or not. Like that shit stood the test of time at this.
oh, bro, it's the movie. It's bro. I'm a goofy goober, yeah. And then just a whole. I'm a goofy goobers. I'm a goofy goober, rock.
Yeah.
Goofy goober, 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 goober. Come on, bro.
I mean, it's gotta be up there with like top 5 most inspiring anime.
Bro, it's comedic gold because not only are punchlines landed, but it's slapstick comedy too.
Just kidding with that.
With the what?
Top 5 comment. It might be. There's a
Dude,
lot.
it depends on how you look at it. I don't care. Look, I'm going to say it. I've said it so many times. Everyone looks like I'm stupid when I say it. Hey, it's comedy gold, bro. It's comedy genius.
Really good.
It's comedy genius. Bro, why would you get David Hasselhoff? They rode him to the... That's why.
Or like, boat with him.
Exactly. And they called him the Hasselhoff. Dude, what? And
comedy genius.
It was, bro.
He's got to be right up there with like Trey Parker and Matt Stone from South Park.
Oh, with writing, like
Yeah,
just in terms
like,
of going that long,
and like longevity
and the thing was, you know, with South Park, it's relevant to like present day shit going on.
right.
Well,
I think
SpongeBob
they're
was
still
just
making them.
off the just random.
Random shit that you might go through if you lived under the sea.
Again,
The whole episode where they were riding hooks.
dude, that was a pretty sick episode.
It was a pretty good.
Dude, when he split his pants.
Dude, hell yeah.
How many banger songs do they have? I learned how to tie my shoe, bro.
And
Loop and pool.
never a bad day to wear a striped sweater.
Dude, honestly, someone needs to make the what was like the, you know how they have songs from the 80s or something. Best SpongeBob, you know.
The SpongeBob soundtrack.
Need an infomercial for
Infomercial. We're gonna watch an infomercial.
Get an infomercial about it though. You know, all the greatest hits you remember when you were a kid. You know, it's like SpongeBob and it's like this.
Hell yeah!
It's just like rotating on a center little thing. It's the CD.
The last fucking track on the CD is the George Lopez theme song.
Like when you wake up in the morning. Play it as you go to sleep.
Turn that shit off.
Wake up to the same great shows you woke up to when you were a kid.
Dude, hell yeah.
4 a.m, you're like... It's always... Dude, it was always this like same person coming off the trampoline. I was like, how?
Wait, what's your...
You don't remember they were jumping on the trampoline at the beginning of George Lopez?
Oh, yeah, okay, sorry. I was
it was
like,
always,
what the fuck are you talking about?
I would wake up and just wondering, how it's the same person every time.
Every time you wake up, it's on like...
This is witchery. Someone's casting a spell. This is who? I need to know.
Why am I waking up at this exact moment every night?
I need to know. I think it was something that triggered in my brain. As soon as I heard it, I just woke up. I think everyone can agree with that. If you were able to watch TV. If not, I do apologize. I know some people that have told me they weren't able to watch SpongeBob or really anything of the sorts. Because of the devil.
The devil?
Because of, the devil. Witchery, witchcraft, you know, it's bad for you.
So, a talking sponge is witchcraft? Is there no such thing as, like, a fictional story in these religions?
It's all devils, bro.
It's all devils?
It's all demons, bro.
Demon times 1,000?
Either that or you're going to turn gay.
Oh, my God.
You get two options.
Fuck.
Yeah, you got to pick one. It's only 2 options.
What's the better option in that scenario?
I mean, it depends on what you're feeling in that
devil.
Like, no, I'm not really feeling demons, bro. I think I'll just go the other route.
Wait, what's the other route?
Being gay.
Have demons or gay?
Or maybe you have both, bro. That's
maybe
you get off.
Being gay is the demon.
I don't know.
How does it work in this?
Their logic doesn't add up in my head. I don't have the answers.
Their logic. Us against them.
Wow, you making your kids watch cartoons?
Dude.
Hey, let's start the anti version of that. Wow, you don't?
it's like they
don't
don't
have
let
your
their
kids.
kids watch cartoons, but they make them watch like Law and Order, where like they watch kids get raped and fucking murdered and shit like that.
Yeah, I did watch SVU too. That was pretty brutal. But no, what's
It was
worse?
brutal as fuck. And it's like, no, I'm not. That has my parents used to say this has no redeeming value. Then turn on Law and Order. I'm like, what redeeming value does this have? What side of this do you want me to be on? The side where I fucking save kids from being raped and murdered, but also don't save a bunch because that's just part of the job, or the side that's being a criminal my entire life?
Now this is what it is. Like, you think having fun is cool? Watch these people get beat down and
Look what happens when you're
mutilated.
having fun.
No, that's terrible though. I don't get it. We were watching. You know, it's crazy actually now is that a lot of those parents who were saying don't watch cartoons have their kids watching YouTube, and some of those videos I feel like half of them are making kids dumber. Some of them are good. They teach you like how to ABCs and how to write. That there are like educational ones, but there's a lot on there. It's
right.
Just people trying to get the bag, bro.
Oh yeah, I mean, at any point, some of those educational ones could see their revenue go up and then turn into that type of like channel as well. I mean, it's just about integrity at that point. But that's, I guess, I don't know. I mean, I don't really see an argument right now. It's like I feel like the pandemic should have shown us that we can do a lot of learn from home type of opportunities, and it may even be a better like source of actual education. Maybe not like the societal point. Like I know kids need to like have a like social point in at some level to be able to like grow like healthily.
Healthily.
I'm gonna stick with it.
All right, kids have to be. Just remember, when your kid's growing, make sure that they grow up healthily.
Healthily is the one.
That's it. Yeah.
It's health and then I love you at the end of that.
Health, I love you. Healthily. Kids, remember, stay healthily.
That's the one.
I think we're going for more healthy.
No.
Healthier. Healthier is always another word too.
I'm gonna go with healthily.
It's like when someone is staying on top of their health. What is it? Yes, I'd like to solve the puzzle.
Healthily.
What is healthily? Ding, ding, ding. Looks like you know your shit, son.
To get this fucking imbecile off the stage.
Were you raised? Did you learn from YouTube University? Yes, sir. It shows. Do you think people are just gonna start going to school on? Dude, let's start our own university on YouTube. Okay. YouTube University.
Get it.
Chatheeds. Where we show you everything you don't need in order to succeed. We show you what not to do.
That's the wave.
I feel like that's important.
You also make a fucking bag off of that shit, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. What kind?
Yeah, bro.
Dude, like Mary Poppins bag, bro.
Bro, like
endless bag.
And a Mary Poppins umbrella, dude. So we just fucking floating away.
Dude, I'm in my Mary Poppins bag. It never ends, bro. I have a house in that bag. Pull out any. Do you think she could have pulled out a house? What were the limits?
Maybe like a tiny house.
Dude, was she carrying a genie in there?
Houses. Lamp, maybe.
Dude.
And then there was a genie in the lamp.
Dude, that bag, had to be a genie in there, bro.
What if there was just like 17 gallons of milk in there?
Dude, who? Just for any time? So does it like create on spot, or is all that shit in there?
Is it the imagination station where you could just think of something and pull it out of there? Or is it like that much preparation where she knows anything and everything?
That's what like, is it already in there?
Either way, it's impressive.
That is pretty crazy bag. All right, I think let's get into the beef of the sandwich.
The sandwich has beef on it. That's the first for me.
All right, let's get the Beyond. Let's get the Beyond Burger, Beyond Meat of this sandwich.
That's a weird one too. Like I'd really go for like if it's a sandwich.
All right, let's get the falafel to this wrap. Get to the falafel of this wrap.
What about the?
Let's get the lettuce to this wrap.
There you go. Let us get the falafel to this wrap.
Let's get to the lamb of this gyro.
Gyro or gyro?
Gyro, maybe.
How do you say it?
I think it's gyro. It's for sure a yes sound. It's either gyro or gyro.
It's not gyro.
There's no G yet. I mean, there's a G, but it's
or
not
gyro.
Definitely not that.
Or gyro.
Guiro. A nice guiro. No. Yeah, let's get to the meat though.
The Reuben
Let's be the pastrami. Let's get to the pastrami
of the Reuben.
of this Reuben.
There you go.
Let's get
That's
to
the
I forgot what I was gonna say. What is it with the au jus? What is it?
Oh, the fucking au jus.
Roast beef to this French dip sandwich.
This French dip with the au jus side sauce with the fucking goober McGobble on the side of the other side.
Get to the veggies of this veggie burrito.
Let's get to the bread of this bread. That's the one.
All right. On that note, we're gonna move forward because that was terrible. And
you're welcome.
Yeah, you ended that one. Good job.
Needed you to
proud of
end
yourself.
that one, but you just kept going, and
All
I
right,
was like, it's gonna get bad.
We're gonna dive right in. It's been I think it's a good topic to finally bring. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while now, but during the point in time when I wanted to talk about it, I was not emotionally stable enough. I think to talk about it. It wouldn't have been a good time.
What if like you just cut the video right there? You're like, I've been wanting to talk about this for.
Just cut.
Just cut it right there.
This has been a big thing for me, and thank you so much for tuning in. Tune in next time. Just parts, 5-10 minute parts, just to get the views, just to rack in views.
Rack them up, dog.
Dude,
just put the fucking rack on the wall and just rack it on.
Yo, let's start doing that. Just cut all of our videos into 10-minute videos and cut it off mid-sentence. Part 2 coming soon.
Find out next time on.
Right? I would be like,
assholes.
Just cut off.
Click on it though.
It's not even edited good. And it just cuts off mid-sentence. Just no closing point. And then it just literally picks up on that like half a note.
How I really feel is.
Find out next time on. Before we get into it, we're about to. It just made me think.
So we're hopping out of the fucking roast beef of this Reuben.
We're gonna get back. We're gonna munch on
right
the veggies.
Back into the Reuben.
Amanda's show used to have like that play on to Dawson's Creek. It was called like Moody's Point, and it was like a satirical version of that.
Okay.
And it was just everything was emotional to her. Someone would say like something about their mom. She's like. And she'd start crying and run off. They're like, Moody, what's wrong? It's like her mom got lost in or something about her. It's like something happened to her mom, but she's like, her mom got lost in an air balloon. That's what it was. Okay, I couldn't figure it out. Her mom was stuck in an air balloon.
Okay,
like
a hot air balloon.
And it's just her like Moody. Like it just cuts to the mom in the air balloon, just like Moody.
Oh my god.
Bro, and they have like the token bad boy, right?
Yeah.
And the token nice guy, and the bad boy just says the dumbest shit, like. Yeah, who am I? Like just like some basic stupid.
Who are any of us really?
Exactly. No, exactly. I think that it might be a line in one of it. It's just like, oh, bro, I just love shit like that. It makes fun of itself, but that's the purpose.
I've never seen Dawson's Creek, but it seems just like
I
any
went
other
away.
high school show.
To be over.
No.
I mean,
I've heard the song that you just sang. That has nothing to do with the show.
It's pretty dramatic. There was a lot of stuff going
intro and not outro, but like
for a drama, it was good. What's that? What do you watch? What is that show?
One Tree Hill.
Yeah, you already knew it exactly. I mean, you're trying to hate, but you watch One Tree Hill.
Oh well, so that's what I'm saying. It's like, why do I need to watch the same show?
Why would you watch One Tree Hill? It's not the same though.
Okay,
it's just a different variant.
Okay.
I mean, concept similar.
So, well, then that's what I'm saying. I mean, I've seen a bunch of shows like that.
There's so many shows like that. It's like the main. It's like so popular of a concept. It's like
right.
It doesn't. If it works, Degrassi. I mean, it's a similar concept.
See, but they ruined it.
What?
The first couple seasons, maybe 3 top, were really good. After that,
I mean, when they switched the characters out, when they whole new wave, it really started going downhill. Yeah, absolutely.
But Next Generation.
I mean, the whole thing was in it because they had Degrassi back in like the 80s, and they did the Next Generation. All right, now to get back to the beef of the Reuben.
Reubenator.
Baconator. Reuben. Right, yeah, no. So there was a point in time where I definitely really wanted to talk about this, but like I said, I wasn't emotionally in the right place to talk about it level-headed and logically, and I have a friend also kind of going through, not, of course, similar circumstance, but just like relationship jizz, But relationships are tough, man. They it's not always an easy road. Some people think it should be easy, and it should to a degree. I mean, in the sense
Right.
of like loving someone shouldn't be hard.
Right. I mean, the honeymoon phase of a relationship should be very easy. I mean, if you're having issues going really early on in your relationship, it might like I don't really like saying this because it's kind of cringy, but it might be a sign that there might be a difference of opinion or maybe just not the right fit. But whenever it gets down the line, you know what I mean? Like problems are gonna exist whenever you're merging two people's lives into like one home down the line. I mean, when you start a family and think about marriage and stuff like that.
I think compromise is just like a really, it's one of those things. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it's like compromise, communication, comprehension, a lot of things that you gotta develop.
I mean, people say that all the time though, but it's like, what does it all really mean? You know what I mean? Like
I mean,
comprehending, like coming to a compromise. It doesn't like not everything has to be a middle. Like we'll come
right.
to a middle ground. You can go one way or the other sometimes.
Yeah, I mean it's a weird conversation because it's hard to like talk about in anyone else's perspective other than like your own experiences or the things that are going on around you. But like when it comes down to it, the level of compromise is gonna be like unique to your partner. Sometimes it's give and take. Sometimes it's more give, more take. I mean, if it works for you, then I guess it's I can't speak on it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I mean, like when you're in anything like that, I think it's, I don't want to say work. Work isn't the right.
I mean, it's
It's a
definitely.
responsibility. It's a responsibility.
I mean, it's definitely a priority. That's what like you have to be willing to prioritize things in according to what makes you the happiest. And I mean, obviously, people say that but I gotta pay the bills. It's like, yeah, but I mean, if you're gonna do that anyways, then maybe like focus on the things that you're not doing.
Yeah, like what's the it's like it's setting those boundaries and like what's the compromise? Because there are some, in a lot of situations, not just like romantic relationships in general. There's points where, well, I did this and I did that. Okay, you chose to. What did we agree upon at that point? It's like, okay, you chose to do that. If you wanted me to like pick up in some areas, you should have just said that.
And like made sure that I comprehended that. It's like like, and it's not like made sure like it's your job, but just saying that I'm not gonna be able to read your mind, just like you can't read mine.
It's just like whenever we have certain situations, like if
Yeah.
I give you money or you give me money, it's like, okay, it's either, hey, I need that back in a certain amount of time or something, or it's like, hey, don't worry about it, you'll get me back when we do this, or it's
right.
Hey, just pay me in these increments, or hey, I got you doing this, and if we go do this later, just pay for this.
Right. That's just money, but like realistically,
I'm
it's
saying
like
just like the transaction
right.
part of it all, though.
Right, but the most transactional thing in a relationship is gonna be your time, and so like that's whenever it becomes like, what are you spending your time doing, and like, are you prioritizing time with your partner enough with the in comparison to the other things that you do? For example, it's like obviously you have to work, but that doesn't mean that you are like not active in your relationship. Like just because you work 48 to 60 hours or however many hours you work in a week, even if you work more than that, it's like you can prioritize your time, and for you to say all these things about your passions and loves and like what you take pride in, it's like you have to be able to show that with your actions as well.
I think where like people fall short with that. Well, not this isn't like the main thing, but I think it's a big It's just like, okay, romanticism is important in any relationship. I mean, what that means to each relationship is going to be different. See the argument all the time, whether it's flowers or whether it's, starting a bath or whether it's a note or poem. It's going to be different depending on each relationship, what people like, what their interests are. It's important in any relationship, but I think where people like fall short a little bit is like romanticizing what romanticism is, or like what, okay, let's put it this way: romanticizing the idea of what a relationship is a little too much over
Like you're trying to say like whenever you're like putting too much effort into the comparative like
the idea of it all,
of what like this is how it should be, it's like, well, that's not true. Like that's what like the media has trained you to think, but that doesn't mean that it's not fair that you think that. Like it's more so like, what do you want, not what do you think a relationship is supposed to be.
Like growing up watching movies and stuff, you know, like the Prince Charming or Cinderella or whatever the case, you know, like someone finding that soulmate or stumbling upon this or stumbling upon. Don't get me wrong, things that are meant to be will come, but it doesn't not require effort on your part.
And it's not like to say that your dreams should be killed because reality exists in the way that it does. It's like, no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like putting those expectations out into the world is often like disappointing, and that's not like that you won't get what you want. It's just more important to focus on what you have and where you can build with that than it is to try to know what a goal is and then just check boxes.
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying
It's like, what's a soul? You know, we have this conversation. Like, from what I remember, you don't believe in soulmates, right? So to speak. Get close to the mic, bro. I'm not trying to have this shit cut out.
Fuck you. Yes and no. I believe in people's ideals, and that if they choose to like have this moment with another person that brings them both to the idea that they're each other's soulmates, then perfect. But also time kind of changes your ideals on some of the things in the past. Like I used to think that one of me and my partners were some soulmates, but I don't know if I believe in that anymore. And now I'm with somebody else, I'm starting to believe in that potentiality of it existing again. But I mean, I'm still on the fence. I mean, realistically, it's time. Like they say, nothing lasts forever, and like that's real. It's like realistically, even if you're married for 75 years, somebody's gonna die eventually. And so like nothing lasts forever unless it's on some Notebook shit where they're fucking on the deathbed together right next to each other and die in each other's arms. It's like that's literally like I don't know. I can't say that they were together after that moment, but that's literally going to end together and not having to spend a moment without each other type shit.
I think what's weird about the idea of a soulmate, which I believe in a soulmate in a sense. I'm a firm believer in that time's a circle. You know what I mean? Like it's more than just like a beginning to end. You know what I mean? Everything happens when it's supposed to happen. Everything that's going to happen already has happened. You know what I mean? Like if it's gonna happen, it's already gonna happen regardless. Like the decisions you make now, of course, affect that, but it was gonna happen regardless of that factor.
Right.
So where I'm at with that is like things are gonna land where they're gonna land due to whatever you give out. You know what I mean? And whenever they're supposed to happen, regardless of no matter what. You know, like no matter what is to happen, things are gonna fall in place. I know I may not be explaining it the best way, but going forward on that, I definitely believe in like soulmates, but then I also it's the fact of like if we're all like one, you know what I'm saying? If we're all connected in a way. It goes back to what you're saying. Anyone can be your soulmate.
That was my argument that day. I wasn't saying that I don't believe in it. That's what I was saying. Yeah. That it realistically you don't have like a one person that is your soulmate or even one soul that is your soulmate. I feel like given the right amount of love, intention, and effort into any situation with a person, that person could become soulmate. Like if you guys had the same intention, same love for each other, same ability to risk it all for each other type shit. It's like that is few and far between. But that doesn't mean it's so impossible to find again. That's kind of the idea that I was going towards.
There's so many variables in life and so many different personality types. The possibility is like you're gonna be likely to match with a lot of people. Like you know, like if we're talking on a percentage level, you know what I mean? Like 98% match, 97 over 90%. I would say it's good. And there's probably gonna be a fair amount of people that is. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it also depends on what period of time you're in, what they've been through. Like y'all could be a great match. It's also like where are they at in their life?
Where are you at?
Where are you at in life? Like are y'all like planning on doing this? Does one person plan on this for their future and you plan on this for your future?
Right.
And their ideas of that might change over time, but they might not match up in that moment.
Right.
So I mean that it might not work out. And you might feel like that is your soulmate, and in a sense, you might be right because that might be someone that you do connect with on that level, and someone who you do have a strong connection with. But that doesn't mean that that's your forever person in that moment. Like, because that could be it could be like anyone who you do get along with. It could be that person. Right. It's just hard to tell in the moment. It's hard to know a person in general before what I'd say a few. I mean, I guess it's different for everybody. Some people say they know that was their partner forever within like a month or two.
I mean, it is different for everybody. From my experience, it's like I have somewhat of a difficult level to deal with of trust issues, so it takes a little bit longer for people to like fall into that category. Me, but I will say that I do know a few people that have like been on that wave of saying like I knew the moment I met you that it was gonna be forever, and then have gotten married. So
also, yeah, no, it does. There's also like that point where, personally, I think a relationship where two individual people, have to be trying to be their best selves, and that's not always gonna mean you're doing your best, but you gotta at least attempt to be your best self. And then when you add someone else into that equation, that you also trying to be your best, like first and foremost yourself, you should try to be the best person, but you have to also add in the factor of being your best self for that person as well every day.
It's not just for that person. You should be doing it for yourself, so that like you don't have to rely on anyone else's smile for you to be doing the things that you want to be doing. But realistically, you're also doing it for that person. So, like on paper, you don't want to have that mentality. So it's more of a like I'm doing this for me because I need to do it type shit, not because it's gonna mean this, that, or system or that rewards. Realistically, you gotta get your shit done. But also, it is a relationship should be that idea of like coming together as two people who love themselves so much that they're ready to share that love.
And don't get me wrong,
but it's difficult to like stay focused on.
No, 100%. And don't get me wrong, I know there is also the argument where people say, you shouldn't have the argument of like you can't love someone else until you love yourself. You deserve to be loved even if you don't love yourself. No, I agree. You still deserve love, and you still deserve someone who's willing to understand your situation and what you're going through. You know what I mean? But you're not gonna fully be able to give someone the love they deserve entirely if you don't take the time to also love yourself in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I mean, it's hard to say though, because I know there are some people who love people more than they love themselves, and that also is pretty destructive in a sense as well.
Yeah. No, I mean it's just difficult. I mean, I feel like everybody finds their way on their own time, their own pace. There are psychopaths out there that
I mean,
can't speak for everybody.
No, you can't.
But
anyways. Oh wait, disclaimer real quick. None of what we say is facts, nor do we.
This is opinion-based podcast where we give you our opinions. Nah, but I mean, it's just so counterproductive to say fuck everybody else, like it's all about me or nobody can help me out or things like that. It's like there's so many benefits in thinking of others before you think of yourself, but it's difficult to do that. I mean, you gotta put in the work.
It's a balance too, though. Yeah. You do need time to yourself as well as your partner too.
For sure.
Y'all both need to have time because if you're just around each other all the time, sometimes without your own hobbies or own interests. I mean, some people can do that. I've seen people, and I'm just I don't know how they do it. But to each their own. Once again, that shit is do you time apart? Like, oh, we don't need it.
Are you sure? Well, you sure about that?
Not even a day. Like,
poker
with the boys.
But are you sure about that? But are you sure about that though?
A little bit of time.
But are you sure about that though? Are you sure you just? That's kind of difficult.
It's just also this idea. Of course, if you're arguing all the time, that's also not healthy. You probably should take some time, try to and it's hard whenever you have so much emotions build up and you don't even know where to put them or how to even understand what you're feeling, or you don't take the time to focus on what these feelings are.
Especially how easy it is to avoid your problems and just completely disregard all the things you need to be doing with your life. It's difficult to do the work. It's difficult to face your issues and be on top of your shit as much as you possibly can.
Yeah, or even and with all that going on, it's probably hard to communicate how you feel when you barely understand anything else that's going on.
Especially if you're not taking the time to understand how you feel about the things that are going on.
It's a lot. I was talking to someone the other day, and they were talking about some video they watched with someone else. These two people were talking about like a video they watched, whatever. And she was like, "When do I have time to meditate?" And I'm sitting there, and you can do 5 or 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to just reflect a little bit, during the day. It's a little bit every day. I think people see meditation as, I got to sit there in silence and all this. I'd say this. Whether you want to put whatever connotation you want to put to meditation or whatever, take the time to reflect on yourself a little bit. Take some time to realize things that you want or the feelings that you're having, and maybe you're not being the best that you can be. Because, there was times, I'd say even just a couple years back, right before COVID even, right before it hit 2019, where I thought I was like, I'm doing what, I'm doing me or whatever. There was a lot of times where I was not a great person. And to admit that is tough. To sit there, it hurts sometimes. Fuck.
Yeah.
It sucks that I was that person. I didn't want to be I don't want to be that person. I didn't want to be that person.
Right. But I mean, also you learn from that, and obviously if you feel this way, but I mean, you learn from that. You shouldn't continue to punish yourself over time. Just take the lesson as it is and move forward.
I mean, it's hard to when some people try to hold things against you as well. And I see it happen all the time. But
that's true.
But another part where I was going is, of course you shouldn't argue all the time. That's not healthy. You should try to figure out how to communicate your feelings effectively and the best that you can. Of course, that's going to take time, practice. If you need a therapist, of course, you should seek one out. It's not the worst idea. If look online, try to figure these things out, because especially if you have a partner, this goes beyond just relationships, friendships too. Properly communicating how you feel, and then also backing it with your actions as well is very important. But aside from that, it's just like everyone expects relationships to, not everyone, a lot of people don't know what relationships are, but they just want it to be this thing where it's just good all the time, just like sunshine and rainbows, and people try to portray that all the time on the internet or online, and you see it a lot, and people yearn for that too, because wonder, why can't I have that? The thing is, it's nothing ever. Think about yourself for a second. Are you happy all the time? Are you just satisfied with everything all the time?
I mean, if you are, that's kind of more of a psychopathic tendency.
I mean, you can get through it. You can be joyful.
To just completely ignore it, the things that are bothering you, though. I mean, everybody has different pet peeves and actual traumas and things like that. So I mean, to say that you're happy all the time, you can portray happiness all the time, but to say that you're happy all the time shows either a really, really, really awesome life or fucking some type of avoidance of the issues at hand.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, either or
kind of a mental illness.
Some people, even through the worst, kind of can have that little. They're just joyful people. That's what I'm saying. Some people are just joyful. Yeah. They're not necessarily the most satisfied or happy with the situation, but they understand.
Yeah.
I can get through this. It's gonna be okay. I can focus on this and get through it. But a lot of people just. My point is just the people go into it thinking that, if I'm not being happy all the time, or if I'm not satisfied all the time, not a good relationship.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm saying is that's setting an obviously unreasonable expectation nonetheless before you really get into the grip of things. You know what I mean? They're setting an expectation is I get it. Sometimes you feel like you deserve something or this or that, or you want things to be a certain way, but it is true. Expectation is the first step to discipline. I mean, it's not the most positive thing to say about something, but realistically, you gotta have communication and come to that level of compromise where each other and go on about this topic.
See, I'll give a good example. Once again, no bad blood to my ex at all, of course.
Get all the bad blood out here, dude.
Get him out. Bring him out. Everyone introducing, give him a round of applause, Mr. Bad Blood himself.
It's Jerry Springer.
Oh God, Jesus. But I mean, there was a point where I was trying, I'm hard to do a lot of things. Me too. I'm not wealthy by any means, bro.
right.
I make a fair amount of money. I mean, for what I do, but
you do okay.
Yeah, I do okay. Strong on the okay.
Strong on the okay, not on the do.
Yeah.
More do.
So, I was trying to make things happen and go out of my way to like do some extravagant things here and there to show my love for the person that I was with, right? And plan things and do all this stuff, and then it just wasn't enough, you know? It's like, what else? Like, and me, I'm not a person that asks. I feel like I don't ask for a lot. Maybe I do. I personally don't feel as if I do. I could be wrong because I'm only, viewing it from my own perspective.
Right.
But all I ask for is like spend time with me a few times out of the week. I'm not saying every day is necessary, a couple of times, but then that became like a chore. It seemed like it seemed as if me asking to hang out was a chore. Oh, I have responsibilities. I have this and I have that. Yeah, me too.
Right.
Me too.
I'd like to still make time
I'd like
out of the day to see you.
Yeah, I made time to set up a whole bunch of other stuff for you too. But my point with that is you can do so much also for people, and then some people just it's hard to take yourself out of your own body for a second and view it in someone else's shoes. And all you're thinking about is, what are they doing for me? Oh, they're not doing enough. I want this and I want that and I want that and I want this and I want that. That's what I'm saying is like I feel like I don't ask for a lot, but also I'm sure a lot of people who keep asking for shit also don't think they're asking for a lot in their own perspective,
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's also taking yourself out of your own shoes and realizing, damn, am I asking a lot? And there are other people who are good-hearted people who feel like they are asking a lot even when they're not.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like it's always a difficult time whenever you realize maybe I have to start being a little bit more selfish in this particular situation. Is you can really give, and somebody can really take. But until you realize that they're taking and not giving back, or until you get to a point where your back is broken from giving so much and you have nothing left to give, or what everything that you've given is not enough, there comes that pivotal moment where you have to choose selfishness just for one moment and find out what you actually want. Is this something I want? Am I getting enough? Do I deserve more? What is the answer to these questions? How do I find the answer to these questions? To be kind of a dick for that moment and actually like take yourself out of the relationship and find out what you is it this person, is it is there a conversation that needs to be had to go with this person towards the next like checkpoint on this fucking road, or is it, or do I need to break the ties and just find something else or find something better for me? Maybe not even a relationship, just like finding a bachelor pad in LA and just living it up. But no, I'm just kidding. But basically, yeah, I mean, there comes that pivotal moment in every person's relationship, I guess, where you either, I guess it's kind of the same moment where somebody decides whether or not they want to marry the person that they're with. Like, you know what I mean? Like when that pivotal moment comes where it's like, should I buy a ring? Like, is this I want? Like, is this something I think they want? Will she say yes? Like all these things in head and stuff. Kind of the same question on like like, is this something that I want to continue doing the rest of my life? Oh, all right, I'm out. Like gentle about that, but like that's how it's logistically got that moment where you're saying, step out of my body, step out of this moment. I continue this fucking shit that I'm dealing with. Sometimes it's the other way around. Like this is not just purely man to woman, like woman to men. Like women deal with so much and like, really give a lot of chances back and they're not deserved.
I think it goes on both ends. You're right.
For sure.
Depends. You shouldn't, as a person, look for yourself in somebody else. Don't get me wrong. You're gonna find out pieces of who you are when you're with someone else, regardless. Like you didn't know you could act this way before. Or you didn't know what you were capable of. In a lot of aspects, it could be terrible. It could also be really good. You don't know. There's gonna be pieces of yourself you do find when you're with other people, but you shouldn't rely on that person to help you find those things, and you shouldn't rely on that person to like keep you going. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's like it's good to do your own thing and then realize, wow, you know what? I didn't know I was capable of that, and I didn't expect this out of that person. But regardless, they do bring that out of me,
Right.
So I mean, it can be tough because whenever you do try to look for pieces of yourself in another person, in the sense of trying to figure out who you are, are, attachment type of thing. Like, it's not even at a point where it's like, you really love this person? You just don't know who you are without somebody. Dangerous. Not only to yourself, but the person.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta take that time. You gotta take a step back. That's with everything. Man, your decisions have an effect not only on yourself with anything in life. It's always going to be like a chain reaction with anything you do. It's going to affect somebody else more likely than not.
Right.
So, I mean,
you just have to find that perfect bittersweet path, the ones that hurt and also heal. I mean, realistically, there's a certain level amount of pain that we inflict on ourselves in these moments, but there's gonna be enough pain in our life that we don't need to do that.
I'm one of those people I overthink, and I'm very over emotional for sure. So like, I'm all in, bro. I'm all in. It's good.
You're diving off the deep end
every time, but I don't care, man. I'm going all in. See, I'm one of those people that is just like, I know there's some people.
Why not let it splash?
Is that from something?
Yes, but it's not worth explaining.
All right, nice. Nah, but for me, it's just I go all in all the time, and I lay it all out on the table. Nah, I lay it all out on the table every time because I'm not one of those people who's. Don't get me wrong, stability is good, to a degree. Sometimes I like a little. What is it? Danger is not the right word. I don't know. Yeah, a little bit sometimes. I don't like. I look for stability in the sense of like what the relationship is and like communication and stuff, but like money or monetary value. I know some people look for that, when they're debating with lifelong
financial stability.
When they're looking long term, you know what I mean? They want stability for family, this and that. But I think if you find the right person, and I mean, of course, that should be a thought for your significant other if you want to start a family and everything. But I think if y'all love each other enough and y'all have similar goals, y'all will help each other build and work to whatever that goal.
Or just find yourself a partner with a quick milli or billy and just run it up.
Yeah. Yeah, just find your partner with a quick milli or billy and run it up.
Run it up.
Please tell me. That's definitely gold digging. So? Call me out if I'm wrong.
No, you're wrong, because it'll like really provide for like every other portion of awesome.
It's like that what was the movie with Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart?
Oh, something about jail. Something about going to jail.
Like hard.
Get hard.
Get hard, yeah. The whole like he's rich, he's going really well. She's like, I love you. Going to jail, she's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm leaving you. That's a tough one. The doozy.
The doozy doos.
You're like, It's like,
you know what another doozy is? Your hair.
My hair is a doozy. I'm sweating too, though.
Pretty frizzicled.
Is it?
Frizzicled.
Like all bunched together on the front.
If you did like a, what's it called? Whenever, not a slow motion video, but it's like whenever you take something that's long and compresses it. What are those videos called? A time lapse video.
Okay.
I took a time lapse of the podcast.
Has it?
I feel like, I don't know. Maybe
it's
I'm
possible,
tripping.
dude.
It looks more floofy than when we started.
Probably because it's hot in here, bro.
Yeah, it is hot in here. I had to turn my hat around.
Sweating and shit.
Sweaty vibes.
But no, for real though, when it comes to any type of relationship, know your boundaries. Take time to figure out what those are. Don't use a lot of these things as a toxic form of, well, you're not even trying to figure out who I am if you're a shitty person, Don't try to excuse your shitty behavior by trying to put it on other people.
Other people, yeah.
Other people, not
take responsibility for your do.
Exactly. Well, you're not even trying to understand. No, I am, but I told you before, and then you telling me I'm not accepting you for
right.
There's points.
It's also like there might be like some kind of comedy bit in this, like a sketch where it's like you pick up your dog shit whenever he shits on the sidewalk, but you don't pick up your own shit. Not necessarily the literal poo poo that comes out of your body, but your shit that you need to take care of. You don't pick it up. You don't do it to take care of your own shit, but you outside and pick up duty for your dog every day. Like, when did that get me like backwards like that?
Yeah, you're going up and worried about other people's shit
Your dog is
before
like,
your own.
Dog is, I mean, naturally, realistically, kind of fertilizing that grass. I mean, it's gonna smell.
Oh no, it is. But I mean, essentially,
but nobody's gonna pick up your shit. Nobody's cleaning up your shit, and you're almost worried about the things that are gonna help the grass outside and actually stopping the benefit of the grass.
relationships are a weird one in any form. Friendships,
Poo poo.
short term, it seems beautiful. You got
biological relationships from atom to atom.
Where are you going with that?
Poo poo to anus and anus to toilet. Biological relationship. Well, not between the toilet and the poo poo. That would be more, but like physical relationship, not biological. The toilet's not alive, but it is biological.
I'm just in shock. I'm trying to figure out what's going through your mind. Are you satisfied with that statement? Are you happy with yourself?
I'd like to strike it from the record, but I'm actually more satisfied with not doing
trying to get the people something good here.
Yeah, they got it.
Think so? I don't know.
They got
clap
it.
Once.
They got it from me.
Clap once if you. Clap once if you.
1 like equals.
If you really were feeling what we did today, click that subscribe button.
Smash that fucking like button like right
Smash
now.
it right now. Click it. Are you clicking it? Click it.
Since you've clicked it a fucking million times already at this point on different computers, so it's actually a different million likes. We're actually going to release some merch right here on the show.
Bring them out. Everyone come out. Bring it out now. Nah, yeah, okay, but also if you like the video, also go leave a comment under stand on 1 foot, hop on that, rub your tummy, pat your head. When you're done with that, then go take a lap outside, come back, like the video again, write another comment, and then yeah, thank you.
And what you're gonna want to do with all of that transcript, because obviously you're gonna print it out, like you gotta have like your bibliography when you turn this type of thing in. Because this
cite all your sources.
This is obviously like some type of docu-series that you guys are setting up for us. Like, we get it. We're the star of the show. Favorite podcast, we get it. But we do have an event coming up, sir. By the time this posts, it's gonna be basically like 2 months away. The fucking event, the silo that you're throwing.
Oh, that I'm throwing? Yeah, I can go ahead and shout that out. I
might as well.
Might as well, dude. Go ahead and shout it out, but whatever. But now I am throwing an event. It's the weekend before Halloween. Freaky Deaky's gonna be the next weekend, so we're gonna do it the weekend before that. 23rd on a Saturday. I have my own group that I'm working with now. Not just group, but team, really. Everyone's doing their part really well.
It's a team, crew members, and then it's like, bro, and like,
dude, we should do that.
Explosion. It's like,
dude, honestly, I want to do that now, dude. Okay, I'm gonna get everyone. They probably won't be with it, but if we do a super silly, just like introducing the team, you know, it'd get traction. I think just like you gotta do explosions on everyone, bro, like, and it's just like, you know, like.
And then whenever y'all like those 5 cameras come into one where you like walk together, line hanger or something like that, and then you just fucking like have fireworks behind you.
Oh, we're in the airport, like people go in the airport.
No, like you're in a hangar, like where there's an where a fucking airplane actually parks. You know?
Should we all of us in a line? Should we do it like
you come out from different directions,
dude,
and then you're just like in a line, and then it's just explosions and fucking fireworks.
We gotta walk wide-shouldered, kind of, but like the arms slinging just enough to where it's like kind of cool. We all have shades that we all put on, somewhat seemingly like it's at the same time, but probably not gonna be bad.
And then what we have is we have like obviously not a paid actor, it's gonna be a real worker. We have somebody else in the background be like, "Hey, you can't be here." Behind you, and we do whatever we want because we're omniwave. No E at the end.
E not included.
E not included.
That'd be so good. Yeah, no, the name of our team is Omniwave, though. everyone's been doing a great job so far putting everything together. Of course, we have a lot more planned. Hopefully, this next event goes well. It's up to all of you who are also watching to make sure the event goes well by showing up, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. Just gotta fucking show up, dude. Just fucking rip that like button.
Go ahead, like, subscribe, fucking just lay a comment, dude.
Just fucking rip that share button, dude, and send it on to your mom on Facebook, dude. He's definitely gonna want to see me again.
Honestly, click that like button. You can see my new Lambo that we just bought yesterday. Fucking
Gucci headband.
If you want, you know what? I'll show you. I'll show you the McLaren that I just got. Fucking, we'll take a ride. We'll take a spin. Who wants it? You know what I'm saying?
Fucking.
All right, we're doing a Tesla giveaway. Tesla giveaway.
And if you pick up my Postmates for me, dude, like I'll definitely buy you some fucking donuts. Hell yeah.
Fucking.
Hell yeah, dude.
Okay, but back to it. We're gonna have vendors there. We're gonna have a live interactive art piece going on. That should be really fun. We're working on getting that together. Hopefully able to get the visuals. Work in progress. 5 DJs.
You should be able to work that out.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. 5 DJs for sure. Probably we're gonna try to get a 6. Hopefully we land it. Pretty sure we might be able to. It's gonna be at the Silo. Honestly, the spot, a little sketch of a spot, but we're gonna have it secure. We're gonna have it on lockdown. It's pretty tight, honestly.
We're gonna be on lockdown, dude.
Yeah, lockdown versus not SmackDown.
Lockdown versus our party.
No, it's gonna be a lot of fun though, man. We're putting a lot into it, a lot of thought, a lot of what I'm saying, a lot of action going with that
a lot of thought and a lot of mustard and a lot of mayo.
I take that thought back because I'm not thinking too hard.
And some pastrami back on that fucking Reuben.
We're putting that meat on the sandwich. Nah, man, no, for real. It's a lot.
No, for no, man, no, for real. Like, I totally mean what I just said. Like, so totally.
So sick, dude. Fucking fun
shit,
man,
like, for real.
No, but
nah, man, for like.
Nah, we're gonna work on our socials too, man. We're gonna try to get our social game up, like online, not in person.
Nah, fuck you guys in person. I'm just kidding. For sure, social in person and online. You guys can hit us up anywhere, everywhere, all the time.
We're gonna be posting. Yeah, we're gonna be posting on Facebook and Twitter a lot more. And if you really want to help, then go ahead and like, subscribe.
Also, do you guys know anybody that create holograms? We'll be in your city, in your living room. Then you could pay us $5 a minute to be your best friends, and we're there.
Yeah, we got hella new projects coming up. We're working holograms
situations going on here. We're trying to get a green screen. If we can get that together, we'll be in your living room.
We're working on robots, clones. Working on decoys. We got cyborgs in the works, bro. We're really working on where you can scan us, and the hologram shows up instantly in your room. Yeah. So QR codes. We're working on
the future, baby.
We're working on live interaction art pieces where it's us actually in your room. You give us a call, we show up there at your house. We're in the room. We're there on the spot. And no, but for real, I am actually throwing an event. I didn't want that to get lost in all of this stuff. For real, that is happening. We are putting a lot of work.
That's totally happening, like, for real, dude. Like, so totally for real.
We're going to be working with the MMC, which is another group, music group /
the MMA.
The MMA,
the UFC.
The massive online.
That's MO.
It's okay. We're there, baby. We're there. Working with the MMC and a couple other homies to make that shit happen.
Multimedia.
Apostrophe.
Okay.
Pastrami.
Oh my god.
Pastrami Reuben.
Fucking Reuben, dude.
All right, but if
your name is Reuben, shouts out to you, dude. Fucking shouts out to shouts out to Whole Foods.
Oh my god, bro. Nah, take care of yourself though. And in any relationship, it's all about communication. It's all about understanding that person thoroughly. Thorough investigation.
Yourself.
FBI status.
You gotta say this like in a whisper so it sounds inspirational. All about understanding your soul.
Drift away. Sit there, relax.
Respect yourself. Patreon.
Shit. We'll get there one day, hopefully. But no, respect yourselves. Respect others, man. Respect others for sure, because you know what?
The golden rule, dude.
Do unto others.
The golden rule.
Respect others. What? Just do unto others as you would.
Treat others as you would like yourself to be treated.
It's the same shit. Do unto others as you would.
Do others as you like. Pastrami on the Reuben sandwich. You get the point. It's a Reuben.
Yeah.
Shouts out Reuben.
I think that's gonna.
Although I do prefer the one with the au jus. The other one. That one's way
French
better.
dip.
Yeah, that's
French dip, roast beef French dip sandwich is super hard. All right, top. Before we dip off, favorite place to get a sandwich.
Draft style, like are we doing like a top 3 or is it just top 1?
Top 3, go for it.
Top 3,
Sammy's.
McAllister's.
I was putting that up there too. For sure. Trying to think of like a local place that just goes hard, but I just can't think of a local place that's super fire.
Let's stick to the chains. Let's stick to the chains just to make it easy for people to understand.
There's not that many Sammys, but I promise you,
There's
Whiskey Cake does have only a small selection.
Okay.
Hard though. Everyone's a heavy hit. All of the sandwiches are a heavy hit.
It's more burgers, but I do fuck with Five Guys. It's a little bit
not Sammy's.
A little bit overpriced. More burgers.
Not Sammy's. I want to say Jason's Deli, but I really just don't fuck with their Sammys like that, bro. Slotsky's maybe, but
Panera's not bad.
Slotsky's is way better than Panera though.
I feel like they're different options.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Slotsky's. I'm gonna say McAllister's
I'll take Panera
1.
at 2. McAllister's at 1 for sure. Take Panera at 2. And give me. I like Firehouse subs, but not enough to put.
Even Jimmy John's is bland, bro.
Jimmy John's is the meat.
It really is.
Fuddruckers. You got some good stuff.
I haven't been there in so long.
Got some pretty good options.
All right, top 3 buffets.
Yeah. I haven't been to a lot of buffets, honestly.
Okay.
I know the one over in Webster, the China Star buffet.
Honestly, it's not buffet, but Ohio is all you can eat sushi.
I need to go there. I've heard good things.
Dude, it's so.
Gonna go tonight.
I don't have 26.
I'll go get some food.
Oh yeah, I'm down to go. All right, no, but I think that about does it. We named our 3 Sammys. Sammy spots. Sammy
you guys fucking fill the comments up with your favorite Sammys now, dude.
Favorite. Like, comment, subscribe in the comments. Tell us your favorite Sammys.
Right after you like and fucking subscribe.
Like
dude.
your favorite friend's name Sammy, your favorite sub Sammys, your favorite Sammys.
Your Uncle Sammy?
All of them. Sammy, 2 Sammys. Like 2 tsunami, 2 Tammys, 2 Sam.
Wait, while you're ahead.
Yeah, all right. I'm shooting blanks here, but hey, everyone have a good one. This was fun. This was a good one.
Welcome back to Fine and Dandy.
We're back and we're better than ever. We are fine and dandy. Is that? Wait, I don't know if that's no copyright intended. We are. Dun, 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 dun. I'm not gonna shout them out.
I didn't hear that.
I'm not gonna shout them out. They're not giving us any sponsors, dude.
Yeah, dude, fucking sponsor
They're
us.
getting no love, dude. Hey. Everyone have a good one. Stay blessed. Look, try to be your best person. Hey, have fun. Do your best. If you're under the age of 40, really, you're young and you have all the time in the world. Even if you're 40, you still have time to do whatever you want. Never too late.
A tree. 40 isn't old.
Hey, dude. Fucking. Hey, bro.
Dude, I'm getting that tatted on me.
If you're 40, if you're a tree, 40 isn't old, dude.
You get a fucking tree tattoo.
Also, I know we've said it before. Just shout out Tyreek Miles for this.
Oh yeah.
This shit's
shout
sick.
out fucking Doofles.
Dude, we're gonna start pulling shit out of this you know what? We're starting next podcast pulling some shit.
Doofles is about to get violated.
We're gonna take them off the wall. We're gonna put some shit in the hat and figure some shit to pull out.
We're violating Doofles next.
He's a back
podcast.
Doofles.
Doofles.
Dude. Oh, okay. How about this? We're starting as a whole segment off next podcast. Dooples.
Dooples is the next segment on the podcast.
That's how we're starting. It's just like that. Dooples every time. Take care. Shouts out. Like, comment, subscribe. Shouts out. Homies. Shouts out. The bros. Shouts out. My peeps. Shouts out. The fam. Shouts out.
That's how Whole Foods.
All right, y'all take care though, for real.